Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, or whatever the time of the day or night it is that you're tuning into First Report 32.0. And as you can see, I'm all alone. My partner in crime is Fletcher Tabito, and he's away in Micronesia at the moment talking about illegal fishing. So I'm not going to enter into that. That'll be something that he will share with us. But we have signed up to that agreement to ensure that we come down pretty hard on those organisations that are legally fishing inside these Pacific waters of ours. Anyway, I'm actually here to talk about a situation that came to light over the weekend with Shane Jones talking about a group of people that were intimidating using standover tactics to extort money from local business operators. And they were doing that under the guise of iwi, saying that these operators couldn't take any gravel out of the river. But they were doing it in such a way, not using legal pathways, but actually through standover intimidation, almost like mafia-style intimidation to stop these contractors from operating in such a manner. So it was actually a very, very good point, and it goes to a number of incidents that I can actually point to around the country that have come to light where these sorts of things have been happening and this sort of behaviour has been going unpunished. And I'd just like to start by saying nobody in this country, no group or no entity or any single individual is above the law. We have laws to protect everybody equally and fairly. And the moment we start getting away from that and we create room for people to operate illegally without any cause for punishment, then we're going to be setting ourselves up into a system that is going to break down. And I want to point out, apart from that Apotiki issue, which is going to come to a head, I had a contact of mine over the Christmas break get hold of me out of his concerns as he was on holiday in Lake Taupo for the holidays over Christmas with his young family, and he went out boating on Lake Taupo one day. They decided on this gorgeous day to pull up onto a remote piece of beach on the other side of Lake Taupo and have lunch with his young family. When he was approached by a female who said that she was a representative from Ngāti Tūwharetoa and that they were to get off this land, her land, their land, that they weren't welcome here, they are Pākehā and it's time to op it. And of course it was very threatening, it was very invasive, and this person decided to pack up his family and leave the beach. He actually got in contact with the police, but also wrote letters to ministers and ex-ministers trying to find out if in actual fact this land was owned by Tūwharetoa, which of course it was not. The foreshore and seabed doesn't give exclusive rights to individuals, and it allows New Zealanders to be able to have access to those beaches and those lands. But this sort of intimidation and this sort of behaviour has been going on for some time, which raises the third point. We have a situation in Tauranga that has been going on for a number of years now, and the media have raised it in the past, and this is over Matakana Island, gorgeous island off the coast of the Bay of Plenty, off Tauranga, and a block of land, 149 hectares of land, which has been in a family for nearly 100 years. And recently, in recent years, they've tried to get resource consent to build dwellings on that so that they can actually deal with housing and create an opportunity where people can have beachfront access and live there moving forward. Now, some, and I want to underline that some, because not all, local iwi have taken into themselves to use, again, standover bullying tactics. I'd call them radicalised militant iwi, some of these members, threatening their lives and livelihoods, threatening to burn down these houses if they ever get consented to be put up there. Now, there's absolutely nothing this person can do. It's been going on since about 2015 and probably beyond that to actually get any traction to open up this parcel of land. And of course, he can't sell it off either because nobody wants to buy land that has got that sort of connection to hostility with some other local groups. And now he's offered to sell this land well under GV. It's valued at about $12 million, I believe. He's offered it at $6.9 million back to the iwi, and of course they're saying we want it for free. This is absolutely unacceptable. I don't care where you live, where you're from. This sort of behaviour needs to be stamped down on. The police to date, and I've got police reports here, I've got sworn affidavits, haven't done anything substantial to this, and I think about this, and I think this is time that New Zealanders are made aware of this sort of behaviour that's going on. We need to stamp it out, and we need to stamp it out once and for all. This is nothing to do with iwi settlement. This is nothing to do with historical grievances. This is using race as an opportunity to extort and to intimidate law-abiding citizens, and I'm, for one, absolutely, New Zealand First is not going to stand by with our hands in our pockets idle while this continues to happen. So it's a serious piece this week, but people need to be aware of it, and I'll be taking this further and assisting these families to be able to get on with their lives. So thanks for tuning in to a very serious, very important first report this week. We look forward to Fletcher Tapitoe returning next week, where we'll get around and hear about what he's been up to. Talk soon.